Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So in my previous video, I had discussed with the standard SOP and POS form conversions using the canonical equations under Boolean form, right? So we have in that video we have seen how to be reducing the equation in such a way that we could be we could be writing the equation, we could be representing using the less number of logic gates so that the circuit complexity would be reduced. Okay, so for that we have used the Boolean postulates till now, which we have learned in our previous videos. So please, those who have not watched those previous videos, go and watch it. In this playlist only, it is available in the starting part. Go and watch it because all those Boolean laws of algebra and Boolean algebra rules, everything is required. So that's why I thought to do. I had done that basics in the beginning itself, so that you would not be forgetting that for the upcoming videos, because that basics are required for the complete subject only. Okay, so that's why I thought to do that. Please go and watch it, those who have not watched it. So let us continue with the concepts of module 1. So this is the next concept, which is very important, guys. Okay, this question is very as important as breathing for this subject. Okay, because if you are studying this subject to pass, right, these concepts like k maps and we have one more method, that is Quinn McCloskey method algorithm. These two are the scoring topics. Okay, if you know this very well, you could easily score full marks in these problems, because these questions would be definitely asked for 10 marks from this module. You could be expecting in the final exams. Okay, so there are a lot of rules to be remembered in these k maps and that another one, Quinn McCloskey algorithm, that we are going to see in the later stage of this module. So please listen to the video very carefully. All the rules which I tell in this video, along with that, I'm going to be solving a lot of problems under this K maps. So this topic, those who have chosen electronics as the core subject in PUC and all, they have already known this topic. Okay, that's not new to them, K maps and all. But those who are taken the electronics for the first time, for them this topic is new. Okay, so they have not heard about this topic, I guess. So based on that, I'm going to be explaining in from the basics in detail. Okay, so yeah, in this notes all the rules are given, and I'm going to be solving few problems in that in detail. I'm going to be telling how these rules are channelized. Okay, so here in this video I'm just going to be listing out the rules and what do you mean by the k map and all everything. So listen to this video very carefully. Yeah, so let us start. K maps for 2 to 5 variables or 2 to 4 variables. Okay, 5 variable K map is not, they won't be asking you that. So 2 to 4 variable K maps, you should be knowing it. Okay, so what do you mean by this K map? Let us see now. We have simplified the Boolean functions using Boolean postulates and theorem till now. It is a time consuming process and we have to rewrite the simplified expression after each step. Okay, so that we have seen in the previous videos, right? Using the Boolean postulates in the instances of problems and all, that would be taking time. We should be analyzing where to use, how to be simplifying that, in which way we should be simplifying, so that we would be reducing the steps in the equation. Everything that takes a lot of time. But if you want to represent those equations in k maps, it won't be taking a lot of time. It's a slight one, box representation. In that box you put some numbers, min terms, max terms, and group it up and then write the terms, and you would be getting the final equation. Okay, so that is basically the k map. So it would be less time consuming if you understand it very carefully. Okay, if you understood it easily, in 2 to 3 minutes you could be solving these problems. Okay, yeah. So to overcome this difficulty, Karnoff introduced a method for simplification of Boolean function in an easy way. So Karnoff is the name of the scientist who introduced this K-map. So in his name itself, the K-map is kept. So why this K here stands for Karnoff. So it is also called as Karnoff map. Okay. Karnoff introduced a method for simplification of Boolean function in an easy way. This method is also known as Karnoff map method or K-map method. It is a graphical method which consists of 2 to the power n cells for n variable. Okay, what do you mean by this? We'll get to know about it. The adjacent cells are deferred only in a single bit position. So that's why these boxes are there right here. In that we are having only one bit place. Okay, you cannot be representing more than one bit in that box. Okay, so how to represent that? Let us see now. K-map method is most suitable for minimizing the Boolean functions of two variables up to 4 variables. Okay, no need 5, so cut it and write it as 4. 2 variables to 4 variables. Now let us discuss about the k maps for 2 to 4 variables one by one. So the first is 2 variable k map. What do you mean by 2 variable k map? You see here, the number of cells in a 2 variable k map is 4, because it is a 2 variable k map, so 2 to the power n cells. So if you are having 2 variable, 2 to the power 2, that is 4. So you would be having 4 cells here. Okay, as you see here, it is kept in a square like this, 4 cells for a 2 variable k map. So that's why it is 4, since the number of variables is 2. The following figure shows the 2 variable k map. So the two variables in this case are y and z, they have represented. Okay, for z we are using 2 bits, either 0 or 1 in binary. So it is written 0 1 here, and here for y also 0 and 1. So that's why 0 1 0 1, and these are the min terms or max terms which is used to represent them in for each cell. Okay, so that's why here it is m0, m1, m2, m3. You should be seeing the positioning very carefully. Okay, m0 is kept here, that is 0 0. Then we have the next position, that is m1 0 1, that is m1. Then we have 1 0 m2, then 1 1 m3. Okay, so in this way you could be representing for each instances. Okay, this is another way where in one part, in this down part, we have not kept any variable. Both the variables in a single part we have kept it, so in such a way that you would be consisting of only one column with all the 4 elements. Okay, so that's why since we don't have any variable here, so that's why one column with all the 4 elements with the combination of 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. Okay, why this 1 1 is kept first? It is their rule itself. So Karnoff has introduced the rule in such a way that the positioning is only like this. You should be remembering it. Okay, so first it is 0 0, then 0 1, 1 0 comes here, then 1 1. Okay, so keep that in mind. 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0. Okay, don't forget that. This is very important. If you forget this only, then the complete k-map structure would be gone. So again, I'm telling you, first position is 0 0, that is m0. Then we have 0 1 m1. Then we have 1 1, that is m3. Then we have 1 0, that is m2. Okay, so this is way, in this way the 2 variable k-map is represented. There is only one possibility of grouping 4 adjacent minterms. The possible combinations of grouping 2 adjacent minterms are m0, m1, m2, m3. m0, m2, m1, m3. So the grouping part. So the grouping part of the terms that we are going to be seeing when we solve some problems related to this K map. Okay, the grouping possibilities are 2, 4, 8. 8 grouping possibilities is possible only for 3 and 4 variable k map. For 2 variable k map, the grouping possibilities are only 2 and 4. Okay, the possible combinations. So that let us not discuss right now. So this is all about 2 variable k map. Now next is 3 variable k map. Here the number of cells in a 3 variable k map is 8. Why? Because 2 to the power n, so 2 to the power 3 is 8, since the number of variable is 3. The following figure shows the 3 variable k map. So here is it. In this way it is represented. Okay, with the 2 columns and 4 rows. X, y, z, these are the 3 variables. Y, z is kept together here. X is, we have only one variable x. So that's why, since we have only one variable, its binary representation would be either 0 or 1. So we have y, z, so 2 variables, so we would be having 4 combinations at the top: 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So the positioning are m0 0 0 0, then we have m1 0 0 1, then we have m2 here 0 1 0, then we have 0 1 1, that is m3, 1 0 0 m4, 1 0 1 m5, 1 1 0 m6, 1 1 1 m7. So these are the cell positions here. Okay, so with respect to that you should be writing it. So in this way the 3 variable k map is represented. Here the grouping part, you see here, grouping part possible combinations are: group of 2 can be done. Okay, like this, the group of 2 can be done. Also group of 4 can be done. There are two groups of 4 here, you see here, right? In this case group of 8 also can be done, because these are complete 8 elements that would be done, put in a single group. Okay, so that's why the combinations are 2 4 8. So these are the possible combinations which are given here. Just go through it once, okay? So this is all about three variable K map. Now this is the four variable K map. You see here. Here, so this is a bit complicated. Okay, you should be knowing the how to represent it, how the cell positioning goes, everything. Because if you miss it, you would be losing marks here. Okay, so listen to it very carefully. Here, the number of cells in a four variable K map is 16. Why? Because 2 to the power 4 is 16, right? Since the number of variables are 4, the following figure shows the four variable K map, that is Wx, Yz here. So it would be consisting of four rows and four columns equally, because we are having two variables in each stage. Okay. So it would be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 in rows and columns also. So that's why it would be 4, 4. So that's why totally it would be a 4 cross 4 square. So we would be having totally 16 cells in it. Okay. So the representation you see here, 0, 0, 0, 0 m naught, 0, 0, 0, 1 m1, 0, 0, 1, 0 m2, 0, 0, 1, 1 m3. Then we have 0, 1, 0, 0 m4, 0, 1, 0, 1 m5, 0, 1, 1, 0 m6, 0, 1, 1, 1 m7. So after this, m8 won't be coming in the next line, because here we are having 1 1, right? But if you follow this binary numbers, after 0, 1, 1, 0, that is 1, 0, 0, 0, right? So that is m8, that is here. Then 1, 0, 0, 1 m9, 1, 0, 1, 0 m10, 1, 0, 1, 1 m11, 1, 1, 0, 0 m12, 1, 1, 0, 1 m13, 1, 1, 1, 0 m14, finally 1, 1, 1, 1 m15. Like this, the cell positioning are kept here. So you should be remembering that while you write the cell positioning. It is very very important, because if you miss that only, then the complete K map you would be getting wrong answers, grouping would be wrong, and finally you would be writing the wrong equations. Okay, so that's why you see here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 comes here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so these positionings are very very important, and possible combinations are two, group of four, group of eight can be made. Okay, group of 16 is not there. Only we could be doing the groups of 2, 4 and 8 under K map. Okay, yeah. So this is all about 2, 3 and 4 variable K map, which you need to be knowing. Okay, so these are the some steps for minimization of Boolean functions using K maps. So this I'm just going to read it out for you. No much deep explanation I'm going to give, because however I'm solving problems right in the next video. So if you understood that problem, then these rules are not required to learn. Okay, so simply I'll just read it here for you guys. Minimization of Boolean functions using K maps. So if we consider the combination of inputs for which the Boolean function is 1, then we will get the Boolean function which is in the standard sum of products. Okay, from after simplifying the K map. So whenever we have in the cell positioning, if they give the standard Boolean functions, its positioning in that cells, if you have the number 1, and if you do its group, then it is called as the group of standard sum of products. Okay, vice versa. Similarly, if we consider the combination of inputs for which the Boolean function is 0, then we will get the Boolean function in the standard product of sum form after simplifying the K map. That is, in a particular group of K map, variable K map and variable K map, in that if you have zeros, zero terms, if that those zero numbers are grouped together, then those groups are called it is represented in the standard product of sums. Okay, so now these are the rules for simplifying the K maps in order to get the standard SOP form and standard POS form. So in that we are having few terms to be remembering: prime implicate and essential prime implicate. Okay, so those things and all. Let us see in the next video. Okay, so this video would be lengthier than otherwise, because if I explain these rules and all, you it would take a lot of time. So let us better do this in the next video. Okay, yeah. So that's all for this video, guys. Hope you have understood something from this video. Please do comment about how you are understanding the concept, whether you are understanding it or not, what improvements you suggest. Everything we would be considering it, because we are making videos for you guys only, right? If you don't give the opinions, then what is the use of me making the videos? So please guys, give your opinions. I'm not getting much comments. Okay, because we are having these many subscribers, and the comments we are getting are very less. Okay, so please do comment. Only the comments we are getting is about doing the please update the videos, provide more videos. Whether you people are having any doubts or not, those comments are where are those comments? You should be commenting that, right? So I should be understanding that whether you're uh, having doubts or not. Okay, there are two possibilities: either you know everything, either you understood everything, or either you did not understand anything if you are not commenting. Okay, so please comment down. Yeah, that's all guys, thank you.